Hello, Christopher Brent here, coming to you today with a podcast on taking piano lessons, and specifically this question that I get asked more so than any other question by people who are looking to take piano lessons. And that is this. They call me up and they want to know how long before I get good at the piano. And believe it or not, I understand that question. I understand the fact that when you're looking to take piano lessons, it's an investment, and you want to understand the timeline of your investment, right? You want to know when you're going to get the return on your investment. Is it going to come within 3 months? Is it going to be 6 months, a year? Is it going to take me 5 years? How long before I get good, right? And the answer to that question depends on two things. Number one, talent, right? Not everybody has the same level of talent, right? So obviously a more talented musician is going to be able to advance a little bit faster. That's just an objective fact. It's not me trying to be a bad guy. It's just the reality of the situation, right? Number two is how much time do you have to practice? You got to be able to practice if you want to advance, right? So if you are of average ability, we'll say, and you've got maybe 30 minutes to practice. Let's say you're an adult student. You've got that 30-minute window to put into your daily schedule for practicing the piano. I think within, we'll say 6 months to a year, you can start to see a level of proficiency come through. You can start to play some early elementary classical works, and maybe you can start to play some contemporary popular pieces if you'd like, some easier arrangements. You can start to see a return. If you aren't necessarily all that musical gifted, you can still play and do well and get a lot out of the piano. It might take you a little bit longer, and that's okay if you have time to practice. Let's say you put a little bit more time into practice. Maybe you put an hour or an hour and a half in each day. You're going to start to see a return, maybe around the same amount of time. You just might have to put a little more practice into your daily routine, and maybe within that 6 month to 1 year window, you can see a good return. After 2 years, there will definitely be a level of proficiency if you have average to above average talent and you're practicing on a daily basis. Generally speaking, I do see that happen. So if you're somebody who really, really struggles, or maybe you have some limitations musically, just take a level of patience with it and know that you can still enjoy the piano, and that you just might not be playing super advanced pieces like Chopin etudes or Rachmaninoff sonatas or something, and for the most part, most people don't get to that level anyway. And that's okay. So you can still enjoy the piano and not necessarily be tremendously gifted. I like to go bowling, I am not, we'll say the world's greatest bowler, right? But I like to go bowling, and I still enjoy it, and I don't exactly bowl 300 when I go, but I get a sense of enjoyment out of it, and it's certainly a great recreational activity. And who knows, maybe I'll practice a little bit more with bowling and become pretty decent at it. It's hard to say, right? But you definitely can still get a lot out of the piano if you aren't musically gifted, but you just have to practice a little bit more. But generally speaking, look at that 6 month to 1 year time frame and allow that to happen. You're not going to be proficient in 2 weeks or even a month or two. You might get some basics down to some extent and learn proper technique, but you're going to need some time. You got to be patient with it. If you see a piano method out there that's advertised where somebody is saying you're going to be really good within a month or 2 weeks or something like that, just don't buy into it. It's not really realistic. It takes time, and you got to be aware of that. So keep that 6 month to 1 year time frame in mind. Talk to a teacher about it, and they can give you sometimes a very detailed timeline as far as curriculum goes, and what you can expect in that first 6 months, what you can expect in the second 6 months, what you can expect in year 1, year 2, year 3, down the line. And you will definitely see a return on your investment. If you basically have the time to practice, right, that 30-minute window, 45 minutes a day or something like that, you will see some type of return on your investment as far as taking piano lessons goes. That much I can tell you. Obviously, everybody's a little different there with ability and talent, so it's going to vary from person to person. And other people even have other types of concerns, whether it would be maybe a physical handicap. I've worked with a lot of people who've had physical handicaps, and we've been able to do a lot, actually, in those situations. And that's why it's so important to see a teacher and to see how they can look at your individual needs and help you. It's really difficult to just only look at things online and just try to do it all yourself. You want to try to find a good teacher in your area, or maybe a teacher online via Skype or something like that. So if you have any questions, email me at chrisbrentmusic@gmail.com. Visit my website at www.christopherbrent.com and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll be doing more podcasts, so keep an eye out. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.